Oops. God, getting this set up is a nightmare. Is that any better? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Do I look any better with glasses on? On or off? Off. Fringe or no fringe? No, fringe is too long. My cup of tea's gone cold now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. No. Just doesn't want that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. What's this? Nanu nanu? I don't even know how that, no, I don't know. Yeah. So I'll probably keep the clips in of when I was in the other room trying to do a setup, and I was really hoping it would be a lovely setup, and it wasn't. The lighting was terrible. I felt really uncomfortable in there. I feel quite uncomfortable now, but I really, really want to get this video done. Oh, that's better. So today's video is going to be kind of my 27-week pregnancy update, although this channel is extremely new and I've only just started uploading videos on this channel, so obviously there have been no previous pregnancy updates. So I will start off just by giving you the overall details and information about this pregnancy so far. Maybe might be an idea to introduce myself and tell you about my other pregnancies. I have 3 children already. There is Jaden, who is 13, Billy, who is 10, and Charlotte, who is 8, nearly 9. And obviously from the title of this video, there is number 4 on the way. I'll not show you my belly yet because I'll do a 27-week bump picture thing at the end. So yeah, my other pregnancies, where do I begin? Let me roll my sleeves up because I'm getting hot and I've got a feeling this is gonna take me quite a while. So anyway, I thought I would sit down, do a nice chatty video with a nice cup of tea because I'm British and a Yorkshire girl and I just love a cup of tea, and in my absolute favourite mug, and it's absolutely huge as well, and I've had to heat it up in the microwave once already because I didn't drink it in time. So my first pregnancy would probably put a lot of people off having any more pregnancies. So it wasn't the pregnancy that was the actual problem. I didn't really have any symptoms. I didn't feel sick. I didn't get lightheaded. I didn't get constipation. I didn't get diarrhea. I didn't get all the other lovely, horrible symptoms that comes along with pregnancy. On the first scan, which is at 12 weeks, everything looked absolutely fine. So we were sent away thinking everything was fine. It wasn't until my 20-week scan that the sonographer picked up on a few issues. Those issues were dilated kidneys. They could see a fatty pad at the back of Jaden's neck, Talipes feet, what looked like Talipes feet, and a few other pointers. The sonographer went out of the room, and I just kind of thought, hang on a minute, something is definitely wrong. She wouldn't just leave. She just kind of said, I won't be a minute, I'm just going to get a second opinion. So off she trotted. She came back in with another sonographer. That one sat down, re-scanned my belly. The look on her face is something that I won't ever forget. Anyway, they both went out and said that they were going to get a registrar to come and talk to us. Would we move into this little room and go and sit down and wait for the registrar? When he came, he just kind of came in and said, well, what are you going to do? And I just kind of went, what do you mean, what am I going to do? And he said, well, obviously you're going to have an abortion. And I was like, what? Hang on a minute. Nobody's explained anything to us at all. Bearing in mind how old was I? I was 18 years old at the time. It was a couple of days before my 19th birthday. Henny just said that basically all these things that they'd found on the scan were pointers towards Down syndrome. They didn't know for sure, and they wouldn't know for sure until more detailed scans or some more tests had been done. After this, we were transferred to a specialist hospital in Sheffield, where I think I must have been scanned every week at some point. They even had to like put a probe up and see if they could have a look better that way. So like basically the camera is inside you and it can get a better shot because they wanted to have a good look at his brain. All the way through they were asking me to have the amniocentesis test, and I had heard and I had researched, I mean, looking online's not the best thing, but I think I made the right decision in what I did. So I waited until 35 weeks to have the amniocentesis. Everything came back fine, all his chromosomes and everything were fine. And at 37 weeks I was booked in to be induced because the fluid was disappearing around him and it was getting too dangerous to carry on to full term. The minute I actually got into the hospital to be induced, the midwife examined me and I was 2 centimetres dilated already, so obviously he had other plans and wanted to come out on his own. And on the 6th of September 2004, my special little boy was born. It was a rough couple of months at the beginning. He actually aspirated milk onto his lungs and got pneumonia, and we had to stay in intensive care for a couple of weeks. Then obviously, even though he didn't have Down syndrome, or it was Edwards syndrome was the other thing that they thought he had. We were then transferred to Sheffield Children's Hospital because he still had all these other problems with his kidneys and with his feet, I mean, which weren't a major thing, obviously, nothing to worry about straight away. It was more his kidneys and him gaining weight, which he wasn't doing. So I think all in all we probably spent about a month and a half in hospital with him, and then we were allowed to fetch him home. But the rest of that is another story, which I will do a separate video all about Jaden and the reason why he is so special. The second pregnancy was with Billy. That was just absolutely fine. Yet again, didn't have any symptoms, no sickness. So my cravings with Jaden were KFC chicken gravy. It didn't actually necessarily need to come with the chicken. I would just like to drink it out of, oh no, it's raining. I just like to drink it out of the carton. Ready salted crisps, anything like really salty. And at the very beginning it was strawberry milkshake, but that didn't last for long. So yeah, with Billy, perfect pregnancy, although I was quite a lot more overweight when I was pregnant with Billy. I kind of ballooned in that pregnancy. After he was born, I went up to a size 22 and weighed 17 stone. That was probably because the cravings that I had with him was chocolate, just pure chocolate, just like Twills or dairy milk or anything like that, and I think that was it with him. And then last but not least was the pregnancy with Charlotte, which was a bit weird. Not weird as in like the sense of anything really weird happened to me. It was just that the cravings were weird for me. So I'd kind of gone my whole life hating vegetables, hating fruit, hating anything that was good for me at all, and as soon as I probably got halfway with Charlotte, the cravings started for clementines and raw carrots and cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli, anything that was just so healthy for me. I just wanted. And actually she is quite a healthy eater now. She's a proper little fruit bat, is our Charlotte. She loves her fruit. She loves near enough everything that I ate whilst I was pregnant with her is pretty much what she eats now. Yep, and delivery with Billy and Charlotte was fine. With Jaden I had an epidural, but I'm not quite sure if I would opt for that again, just because obviously you can't move your legs properly afterwards, and I mean it was that a mobile epidural that I had, because I could still move them a little bit, just not, and it was just like the sensation of it just wasn't nice. I don't think I don't know. Put it this way, this time if I'm in that much pain, I'll have an epidural. So with Billy it was just gas and air. I was in labour with him for about 5 hours maybe. Yeah, but it was pretty easy enough delivery with him. Charlotte's was kind of got woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning with really bad back pain, I remember at first. And then it kind of like spread across to the front of my stomach. But I just remember like rocking from side to side like this, rocking from side to side in the kitchen, trying to get somebody to come over to the house to look after Jaden and Billy. Phoned the delivery suite at about 3:30 after I'd tried to cope for a little bit at home. Said, you know, things are getting faster, I need to come in pretty soon, and they said yep, come in. Phoned for a taxi. The poor taxi driver was driving through red lights like nobody's business. Got there, had 2 hours later, so about 3 hours in total from the first little bit of pain, which is what it kind of makes me worry about this one a little bit, that they've all gone from, like, Jaden was 14 hours, Billy was 5 hours, Charlotte was, I'd say 2 to 3 hours, and then this one, oh my god. I was talking to my midwife about it the other day, and she just kind of said, look, even if you opt for a home birth, we're still not going to get there in time. I'm like, oh, right, okay, because that was kind of what I was hoping for, that it'd just be like all nice and calm at home, because I was so worried that I wouldn't be able to make it to the hospital. Somebody else just walking the dog. Yeah, I was so worried that I wouldn't be able to make it to the hospital, so I thought, oh well, at least I've kind of got the option of a home birth and the midwives being able to get there and it all being all really nice and chilled and relaxed, but apparently not. So the best advice she could give me is just phone an ambulance. The problem is that Paul, my other half, works nights, so is he going to get there in time? What am I going to do with the kids? Because I don't live near any family really. It'd take them a good 10-15 minutes to get here, and if it's in the middle of the night I've got to try and wake them up, and oh my god, okay, that makes me panic a little bit. Okay, so now time to talk about this pregnancy. This pregnancy was planned, although there will be, by the time this little one's born, 9 years difference between my current youngest Charlotte and this little peanut, as we call it, although it's not an it and I do know the sex, but I will tell you the sex in a bit. So we decided that we were going to try for baby number 4. I actually got pregnant faster than what we expected within like a month of trying. Obviously we were absolutely over the moon. This pregnancy, symptoms wise, has been a lot different to my other 3 pregnancies. I definitely wouldn't say, I mean, it hasn't been like the worst pregnancy of the century. I'm sure a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people get worse symptoms than what I did, but for me it's been the worst symptom wise. So very early on I started to feel very sick and nauseous and lightheaded, and I needed to just sort of keep eating little and often. If I didn't eat, I felt really, really sick. I was never actually sick. I think I gipped it a few times. Kind of had to rush to the toilet a few times thinking I was going to be sick, but I was never actually sick. That kind of lasted up until about 15 to 16 weeks. We went on holiday to Haven in August, and I think that made me around 16 weeks, and I think by that time it had kind of slowed down. I think the lightheadedness was still there a little bit, but the other symptoms had kind of subsided as I came out of my first trimester, so that was good. We actually booked in for a private scan at 16 weeks. Paul's very, very excited to know the sex, and we are having a little girl. So that will be 2 boys, 2 girls. So jumping forward now to 27 weeks, my main symptoms at the minute are heartburn. I've had this heartburn for probably since the beginning, and oh god, it's worse at night. It's awful. Lay there and I'm like, oh my god, and nothing seems to be getting rid of it. I think at some point I might have to go to the doctors because it's getting to the point where I can't really stand it, and it's affecting what I'm eating now as well. I'm starting to get like a lot of heaviness down, like at the bottom of my stomach, which is making it very uncomfortable. At the minute I can't find anything to wear. Well, I have got things to wear. So I've been out and I've got some maternity jeans, but even these now are starting to get tight. I mean, I didn't eat very well at the beginning of the pregnancy. I was just kind of scoffing like a pig all the time, so I did gain a little bit of weight from that as well. So housework is getting to be a problem now. So every Sunday I go around and I blitz the house, and I tried to do that yesterday, and I really hurt my stomach and my back and my hips. My hips are getting really bad whenever I do any kind of activity. I don't know if that's the extra weight. Walking, like doing the school run. We don't live in the actual village now where we used to live, where the school is. I drive and we park round the corner, and it's only say a 2 to 3 minute walk, but by the time I've walked to school and then I walk back again, that's it, I'm done for. And like I get a really, really bad stitch in the bottom of my stomach. What else is there? I'm just trying to quickly wrap this up because my battery is flashing. Cravings. So the only cravings I've had in this pregnancy is cucumber. So I'm going through about 2 to 3 cucumbers a day. It's my snack of choice on a night time. I think it's just that it's so refreshing. I think that's what I just really, really love. And chocolate again. Any kind of chocolate. It's just, oh. It was dairy milk at first, now it's Terry's chocolate orange. What else? Minstrels. Anything chocolatey is a big craving, but I'd say cucumber is more of the big craving. And I think that's it for this video, apart from maybe quickly trying to show you a bump shot. Ow. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to show you. Okay, bear with me and I'll take you to the mirror. Okay, so very, very quickly, it's going to run out. This is, I'm sorry for the lighting, this is 27-week bump. Nice and big. So that is a wrap on this video, guys. Really hoped you enjoy it. I've got heartburn again. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I will be doing the 28-week update, hopefully filming it sometime this week, because I am actually 28 weeks tomorrow. So, and I've got the midwife on Wednesday, so I might actually do it after that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up for us. Thank you. Bye.